I am Dr. R.R. Sanap, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Rao Bahadur Narayan Rao Borawke College, Rampur. Today, I am going to deliver the lecture on the study of Neetum, in that the reproduction in Neetum. It is the part of syllabus of TYBSc Botany, paper 4th, that is BO 334, and title of the paper is the Spermatophyta and Paleobotany. So in this Spermatophyta, there is the part of the gymnosperm, and in that there is the life cycle of the Neetum, and today I am going to deliver the talk on the reproduction in Neetum. So friends, this Neetum, it is the dioecious plant. It is dioecious plant. It means the male and female plants are separate, and so male and female reproductive organs, they are developed on the different plants. Very rarely some species, particularly the Neetum americanum, so in this species the plant produces the bisexual strobili or strobilus. But most of these Neetum species, they are dioecious, having the male and female plants separate, male and female reproductive organs develops on this separate plant. So if we see this reproduction, so the plant, it shows the presence of the male and female cones. So if we see the male cone of the pinus, so this male and female cones, they develops on the plant when the plant it completes its vegetative growth. So after completing the vegetative growth, the plant it enters into the reproductive stage, and when the plant it becomes mature, then it produces the male and female reproductive organs on the respective plants. So if we see this male cone of the pinus, so this male cone or male strobulus, it shows the presence of the nodes and internodes. So if we see this strobulus, so it shows the presence of the nodes and internodes, and this strobulus or male cone, it is having the such type of the nodes and internodes. So such type of many nodes and internodes are developed. So each this nodal region, it shows the presence of the whorl of bracts. So there are many whorl of bracts are present, and due to the formation of this whorl, that is a group of these bracts, it forms the cupule-like structure, and it is known as the collar. So thus this is the collar, and so this is the nodal region. So this is the node, this is also the nodal region, and this small internode is present. So thus here at each this nodal region, many small bracts are formed, forming a ring of this bract, and that ring, which is known as the collar. And when this in the younger condition, entire this male cone, it is compactly arranged, but when it becomes mature, then these collars, they becomes loose, and here the male flowers which are developed, then they somewhat they become separate, and thus here this collar it produces inner side to it the male flowers, and if you see this male flowers, so these male flowers, they are formed, and these male flowers, when they becomes mature, then they produces the stamens. So thus here these are the male flowers. So many male flowers, they are developed, and if we see a single male flower, then its structure is like this. So it shows the presence of the two perianth lobes. So there are two perianth lobes, and these two perianth lobes, inner side to it, it produces a single stamen. So thus here this is the single stamen. It is having a filament or stalk. This is the anther, and these are the perianth lobes. So these are the perianth lobes, and with the help of a short stalk, it attaches to this nodal region of this male cone or the male strobilus. So thus this is the male strobilus, having the presence of the nodes and internodes at the nodal region. The whorl of bracts are present. It forms a cupule-like structure. It is known as the collar, and this collar, it produces the male flowers, and these male flowers, they produces the anthers. So there is a presence of a single anther. So flower, they are not attractive. It shows the presence of two perianth lobes, and inner side to it, it encloses the single stamen. So this is a presence of the male flower. So this is the male flower having the perianth lobes and the anther. Now if we see the female cone, so this female cone, it also shows the presence of the nodes and internodes. So this female cone, it produces on the female plant, and it produces also the nodes and internodes. At the nodal region, there are many bracts are developed, and this, due to the formation of this whorl of bract, there is also a formation of a cupule-like structure, and it is known as the collar. So this is as like the male cone or male strobilus. In the female cone also, the collar, that is the whorl of bracts, are developed. So thus here this is the nodal region. This is also the nodal region. This is the internodal region. And when this in the younger condition, entire this inflorescence, it is compact, but when it becomes mature, then these collars, they start to separate, and later on it produces the female flowers. So male flowers, their number is 10 to 25 at each nodal region, inner side to the collar, but the female flowers, they are 4 to 10. So 4 to 10 female flowers are developed. So here if we see these female flowers, so these female flowers, they show the presence of later on gives rise to the megasporangium, or may be called as the ovules. So here many these ovules are developed. Now here important thing is that here these are the ovules. So here important thing is that many ovules, they may develop, that is near about 4 to 10, but out of that only few ovules, they becomes mature and it becomes enlarged in size, and other they get suppressed or they becomes non-functional, and then later on they falls off. So thus this is the fertile ovule. So this is the fertile ovule, and as I told you, near about 4 to 10 these ovules, they are developed, but out of that only few they becomes functional one, later on others they falls off, and this fertile ovule later on it gives rise to the seed, and later on it germinates and gives rise to the Nitum plant. So thus here this is the female strobulus having the ovules or the megasporangia on the nodal region. So thus here this is about the male and the female cone. Now if we see this structure of ovule, then the structure of ovule, it is like this. So let us see about the structure of the ovule. So this ovule, so this ovule, it shows the presence of the central mass of tissue. It is known as the nucellus. So there is the presence of the parenchymatous tissue. It is present in the center of this nucellus, and it is known as the nucellus. So the nucellus, it is the parenchymatous tissue, and in the this entire this nucellus, it is covered by the 3 integuments. So this is the first integument, here this is the second integument, and this is the third layer of the integument. Now here the integument, it is differentiated into 3 layers, that is it is known as the outer integument, this is the middle integument, and this is the inner integument. So this nucellus, it get covered by these 3 layers of integument on all sides, keeping a small pore or aperture or opening at the one end, and that opening, it is known as the micropyle. So this is the micropyle, that is nothing but a small opening or pore, and below it this micropyle, it opens in a small chamber, and that chamber, it is known as the pollen chamber. So this is the pollen chamber. So this pollen chamber, it is present inner side to this this micropyle in the just near to the nucellar tissue, and this nucellus, so after maturity, then it produces the female gametophyte. So thus here, this is the female gametophyte. So this female gametophyte it is present in the center, and later on it produces here in the when the female gametophyte development take place, then it show the presence of the egg in the center, where later on when the pollen grains they falls in this pollen chamber, so this pollen grain they germinates, form the pollen tube, and then later on they comes near to the female gamete and fertilization take place. So thus here there is the presence of a small stalk with the help of which this ovule it get attached to the collar or to the strobulus. So thus here this is about the structure of the ovule having the nucellus, female gametophyte, integument, pollen chamber, and the part like this opening, that is the micropyle. So this is about the structure of the ovule in Natum. So here I am going to conclude. Thank you very much.